All right. We should be live. Excuse this thumbnail. I need to actually get the correct slide for tonight. So, this is going to be our Plan with MGG tonight. Happy April 1st. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Can anyone else believe how fast March went? Let me slide over so you can actually see my face. Hello, hello. Looking around because I don't see my phone, but we'll make it work. So, give me a few seconds. I'm just going to set up tonight's session. First of all, let me get the correct image here. Um, and if you are watching live, hello, welcome, happy April. If you are not watching this video or you're watching it via replay, thank you so much. Excuse me. I'm just making sure that I have everything good to go. So just give me a few seconds. I'm going to transition over to this slide here, which is just going to give us a breakdown of what you can expect for tonight's session. So we're a minute in. I am checking the chat. We will be doing a live stream based on using Asana as a tutorial, planning out Madam Green Grow's quarter 2. That's April, May, and June. So I will be live planning with you all here in just a few moments. I'm just pulling up my notes and pulling up my resources, making sure that all the connections are good to go. And then we will be getting started very, very shortly. So, if you are not familiar with who Madam Green Grow is, who I am, my name is Keisha. I am the co founder and chief community officer, which I dropped last week. If you are not familiar with us here at Madam Green Grow, we are a organization for women of color who are entering into the cannabis industry. So if you are in the cannabis industry, if you're looking to get in the cannabis industry, if you're just interested in cannabis, we are here to support you. One of the ways that we support you is through these instructional, educational videos. Our goal and our tagline is to educate, promote, and celebrate women of color in the cannabis industry. So this is one way that we do it. You know, we come here once a quarter with an actual plan with us. So I'm a big planner, a big proponent. So when I shot this to our co-founder here, she was just like, just go with it. And just to kind of show you how much of a planner I am, I carry around multiple notebooks here just to keep things in alignment. So this is just a journal. This is a weekly, monthly planner for one business. This is my personal planner here. So this is actually, if there are any planner junkies out here, this is just a 2020 planner, which I got from Five Below. And if you're interested in me talking a little bit more about planners or how I plan or systems like that, as you can see, I've got my to-dos in the back. Let me know, but this wasn't a part of the presentation, but I love a good monthly planner here that then breaks out weekly, you know. This one also had so what did I really like about this besides the fact that it was $5? I can't pass up a $5 planner, y'all. Was that in the monthly view, it still had, breakouts and goals for certain things. So that was really cool. That was a really cool addition to this planner. But as you can probably see, I use it very sparingly. Last year's planner was the recollections. Actually, this was an 18-month planner, and I typically I like to plan this way because I can look back at all of the things that I've done over the last 18 months and truly get an idea of what I want to accomplish, right? One thing that I loved about this particular planner, as we just jump right into planners, is that it had a really good goal planning section here. So I was able to write down some of my goals. I was able to plot them out. They had a short term, long term piece there, so you can kind of see some of the things that I wanted to do. It had this, and this planner came from Michael's, by the way. And I promise you, follow along with me. I'm just going over this planner thing really quickly, but goals by month. And then one thing that I really, really loved was that I was able to do a faux vision board. If anybody knows me, they know that I love a good vision board. And shout out to the Retro Threes. Anybody wants to get me these shoes, they've been on a bucket list for a while. But anyway, that's not what we're here for today. Today we are here to plan quarter two. So as you can see, planning is very, very important to me. It is one of the reasons that, I think that I keep my head on straight sometimes, because I know how important it is to make a goal, set a goal, follow out that goal, have a plan in place that then connects back to your goals. All about systems and things like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and check my notes, because you all know I'm a notes girl. I just want to make sure that I'm staying on task. The intention of this session is, because everything has to be intentional, is to just educate you all about the power of goal setting, accountability, and manifestation. Before I get too woo woo, don't leave just yet. Don't leave just yet. I truly believe that in order to really accomplish your goals, you have to have them in front of you. Here, you have to have them in front of you in some type of way. We got a vision board here. We got plans here. Mindset is really, really important. You have to look at those goals every day, more than twice a day, right? Think about how often you want to accomplish those goals and visualize them. So that's why I think that planning, goal setting, intention setting is important. So I just want to start off with that particular intention there. And we're just going to go ahead and talk about what the topic of the day is. It basically is us planning quarter two. So what I am going to do is actually start off, before I go into the actual flow of Asana. I want to talk about mindset mastery and manifestation. So I really wish that I grabbed this journal off of the couch before I started this. But what I'm going to do is talk about the wine that I'm drinking with this plan with me, and then give me a few seconds. I'm gonna go get that manifestation journal. Just 2 seconds. What y'all sipping on? It's 8:22. It has been a long week, and it's only Wednesday. I'm constantly trying to figure out what day it is. This pandemic that we're under, it's really thrown me personally for a loop. I'm very routine. The gyms are closed. I'll start rambling. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Got some of my tools with me. I also needed to charge my Apple Watch because, excuse me, I needed to charge my Apple Watch because it was deader than dead. Deader than dead. All right. So, I actually recently just signed on with a business coach. Shout out to my business coach, who will probably ask for a recording of this. But what she told me was I needed to get all out of my feelings. Business isn't feelings, facts isn't feelings, whatever. But one thing she told me is something that I have been doing for a while, and that's some mindset work, some mindset mastery work, really digging into my self development. So, if you are familiar with these Plan With Me's, we talked a bit about this in January about how we kind of plan for Madam Green Grow. And I think it's important for manifestation is to actually just have it all out. So, in addition to the paper goal planning that we do here, which, by the way, Corona just messed this all up. I looked at it the other day and I was like, can't do this, can't do this, can't do this, got to push this to Q3. But what is helping me get through that is a mindset journal. I got this journal now, y'all. I'm just tossing. If I can find links for some of the things that I've shown you today, I'm going to make sure I have those in the description. But this journal here, I I mean, it's a simple 200-page journal. I mean, writing snobs like myself really hate the line pages, but I have been really writing and working through some things. So I suggest that during this time, when you're setting your goals for the quarter, when you're planning for the next couple of months, next couple of weeks, get yourself a mindset journal that allows you to write down some of those pain points that you kind of push to the side, that snarky comment that really got to you that you didn't necessarily think about until someone brought it up to you about the fact that it bothered you. Write that out. Write that out because it's blocking you from really achieving something big. So that's me. I'm stepping off that soapbox. Get you a meditation, a mindset gratitude journal. Write down what you're thankful for and write down the things that block you. Um, so back to how we planned. So initially, quarter one, we started out the year planning out very analog style. I'm a very analog to digital type of girl, and everything was here. It wasn't a cute bulleted it out. I looked at it earlier. This is what quarter two is supposed to be, and half of it's gone. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to talk about a tool that I use daily, which is called Asana, and it allows me to kind of compartmentalize, block out, track a lot of the projects and tasks that I have for multiple businesses and even some of my personal projects that I work on. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide over the um, to this main image here. I'm going to check the chat, make sure, see if there's any questions. Seeing that there are none, I am going to pull up what I said I was going to pull up. So let's talk a little bit about Asana. I am really hoping that everyone is doing well during this time. I know it is crazy. So this is what I'm going to show you here. All right, so this is Asana, and I hope that it looks as good on your screen as it does on mine. I'm checking the live just to make sure, which also you can see the live too. But here is this is Asana. So Asana basically is a project management tool that I use to kind of manage different projects. So right now, as you can see, we're in year 4 of Madam Green Grow. I also have another organization called the Maryland Cannabis Community Partnership that I work with. But for today, we're talking Madam Green Grow. So some of the joys that Asana has, and I'm actually just going to see how far out I can go. This is what my dashboard looks like. So when you initially log on to Asana, you can kind of see what this looks like here. There's different teams based on different projects. I've got my 2 main organizations in my favorites, but let's just go on to Madam Green Grow so I can show you exactly how we're going to plan this out. So we've got quarter two. So these are some of the ways that you can track projects based on different levels of urgency, right? So you can see in quarter one, I had a project around creating posts around a mini class. We launched our lyric video project. Did our first Empire Confessionals with Deshita Dawson. Shouts out to the cannabis CEO, the We Head. And also we did our 31 Days of Woman of Color, pushing through with MGG TV. So we've done a lot in that first quarter. So some of those projects flow into quarter two, like MGG TV, like the song lyrics, and of course the Empire Confessionals. You can move your task around to see different ways of organization. So if I'm looking at my task and importance of, if there are no deadlines, no dates, and I'm looking at it in the importance of just what comes first, I'm putting Empire Confessionals there first. But let's just go ahead and start a new project. So the first project, I am going to go ahead, click that plus button up over Q2. You can see that it's blank there. And what I'm going to call this is a day in the life. So, if you are familiar with our day in the life, um, I'm clicking to expand this task. But if you are familiar with our day in the life uh, campaign that we had last year, it's where we interviewed women of color who used cannabis personally, professionally, just wanted to share their stories. They may not necessarily be an influencer or a nurse or a provider. Let me see if I can actually pull that up. But I can pull that up for you a little later when I do the flow through. But a day in life basically is something that is coming up, and that's through Q2. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign this to Madam Greengrow. I'm going to set a due date. And since this is something that is recurring every month, I'm going to make it the last day or the second to last day of the month. So I'm going to hit April 29th, which is going to be this month here. But what I want to do is set it to repeat. So you can set it for 7 days after completion. I'm just going to set it for monthly. Every month, last day of the month. Uh, we'll give it 2 days of a cushion, right? The 28th. So that's done there. Gonna say see Google Doc. And then right here is what I love about Asana is that I can add subtasks. So I'm just gonna come back to the video here. Um, so with the subtask, excuse me while I figure out how this is going to do that. There we go. So with the subtask, what I love about the subtask is that I'm able to really brain dump a lot of the things that I'm working with. So, for example, when I think about Q2, I start thinking about an entire list. I'm thinking about what we've got planned in the garden club, what our after dark conversations will look like, what that system looks like, and then even bringing it out further and thinking about, okay, so April is going to be Cannabis Awareness Month. So if you didn't know that April is Cannabis Awareness Month, April is Cannabis Awareness Month. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So June we'll be doing our Secret Sauce series. So a lot of those um, are already kind of plotted out for me. So I know that when I'm scheduling or creating content or I'm looking for influencers or subject matter experts who can provide that information to our audience at a very high quality or a high rate, that's exactly why the subtasks are perfect. Because typically, sometimes when the way that I'm thinking and how I'm processing things is that my brain literally will dump everything, and then I'm left to kind of put things into perspective. I hope that makes sense to you all, and I hope that this planning session will help. But let's go ahead on over back to Asana so you can see exactly where we're doing here. So Asana is here. So this is our day in life. So a day in life is my subtask for this would be research. Ooh, one of those things about working live. Research, subject matter experts. I can go April, May, and June. So then those tasks are already laid out. I know exactly who I'm going to have in the April slot, the May slot, the June slot. Second task would be update a day in life image. And then I'll just put Facebook because I use Canva typically for these images. So Facebook, YouTube, email. Making sure all those sizes are done. That's one last thing that I have to think about. All right, just wanted to make sure that I was still there. I could my next task, what that would be, and this is the last task that I'll do, and then I can just go ahead and flow into planning flow if there's any questions. But I'll say create a page. Gosh, every time I say web page, I think of the early 1990s. Oh, create a page for revolving content. All right, so that's how the subtasks work. Like I said, I can integrate it with Google Docs. I can add attachments to it. So this once again brings up the subtask. If I want to copy this task link and send it to a team, you can see that this task link was copied to my clipboard. If you were to assign this to someone else, they could like it, and it could be something that they track. You know, Asana is really good for solopreneurs and also really, really good for entrepreneurs who are looking to get their kicks together. So that's Asana. I love using Asana when it comes to task tracking. Just wanted to show you a little bit of tips and tricks that can kind of go with that. I'm going to um, check my notes to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. You can all let me know if you have any questions about planning. Connection is good. Stream health is good. Everything's good over here. All right. So, okay. So now basically what you're going to do is see me live playing. I'm going to go ahead and turn on some chill hop or some lo-fi music. This video won't be monetized, so I'm not even worried about it. And I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes or so. I never sent that out, but what I'm going to do is do that. So I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes or so just kind of flowing through this plan. So you'll see me playing April, you'll see me playing with May, you'll see me use Milanote. If you are not familiar with Milanote, go ahead and check out the quarter one plan with me, where we went over what Milanote is, how we use Milanote to kind of vision board or manifest. Manifest, I was about to pull out the You Can book, but manifest some of our goals and ideas and things that we want to accomplish. So yeah, if I'll just keep an eye on the chat. I'll be flipping back and forth, but let me just get these browser settings going and make sure that y'all can see me, because I also am not quite sure about this stream. Sometimes I'm using a new software that, when you use something new, you think you know it, but you don't really know it. So this is Asana. I'm going to pull up on me, Milanote, and make sure I log into that. But if there are any questions about planning, why you should plan, what have I manifested recently? I manifest a lot of stuff, very subconsciously. My biggest flaw is action and follow through, which is what these Plan With Me's are all about. Making sure that we are logging into Milanote, making sure that we are all on one accord, and just so that there's a visual log of me actually doing this. So I can look back at it, in a year or so. My co-founder's gonna fight. I know she's watching this and she's gonna fight, but gotta keep it funky. So we're just gonna transition over to Milanote, which is about to let y'all know that my workspace is almost full. Just telling all the business. Here we go. So, of course, this is the Plan With Me. Um, Let me turn on some music and we'll just we'll just go ahead and plan. How y'all want to? What do y'all want to listen to? I have been loving um what have I been listening to recently? Has anybody been paying attention to the DJ? Let's pop this chat up. Has anyone been paying attention to the DJs? The DJ battles on Instagram. Like they have been real. Real, real, real. Oh, I know. I listen to a lot of selection. Shout out to Apple Music for charging me 2 months in a row, and I just keep forgetting to um unsubscribe or, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess I can't mute my mic because you're listening to the music. All right, so YouTube, YouTube. One of the good things about Asana and these duplicate tasks is that you can kind of see where your focus is. So I don't have to pull that from somewhere. I'm just flipping everywhere, as you can see. And you see I have my subtask here. And what I'm going to do is just change this to I have to get to by Friday. What I'm going to do is make the headlines weekly. Oh, I'm in the wrong month. And then I'm going to make it. Oh, let's repeat 7 days. Perfect. Yep. make that virtual because of the corona. Project plan. This is due. Hmm. Ooh. I'm going to make that by Saturday. And these actually will be oh, it tells on you too. Change the due date to March 27th from January 7th, which makes sense. So that is actually, I'm going to duplicate this test and just make it easier. Let's put in quarter 3. Probably should have did that in the beginning of the year, but I don't think about it. All right, back here. Here's 101. God, I've been using a PC recently, so that control button isn't there often. I really love this Mother's Tea study, so I'm going to big it up again. That's like weed. My mother still calls it weed. Oh, sorry, y'all. My music went real quick. It says drag me. I don't think I ever noticed that. What it's one here. see if I can bring you this screen in a little bit here. There we go. Might be a little better. All right. So MGG is going to be a huge push for us for the next quarter. So you can expect us to start driving a lot of our traffic to YouTube because we can't see y'all. Why is this doing this? We can't see y'all virtually. I mean, we can't see you in person. So we're going to bring the show to you. Oh, wow. I didn't realize it did that. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, for April, May, and June, we'll be talking a lot about MGG TV. So join us back here Friday nights. Um, and then June is the Secret Sauce series. Something just made a weird noise in this house. And I don't know what it was. Let me figure out where my music is. How? Sorry. I guess I can't do that. Nope. 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 Let's get these jams back. I don't know what happened to the jams. Only thing, this thing is just does not want to be, doesn't want to be happy. So these are just show topics or newsletter topics, probably news and show topics that kind of help guide a lot of strategy. Let's see. May, I'm already in May. Shout out to the birthday girl, A, which is me, by the way. Oh, I crack myself up. I just leave that whole line. See, that's what I get for being fast. Uh-oh, there are 5 Fridays in May. That's what's up. Hope May is not as crazy as March was. Jeez. Okay, what those topics next? So I kind of go, it just depends on where my brain is going with each topic because I could sit and plan out all of the titles and themes for things. But then I can also go back into Asana and say, okay, there are a few more projects. Now, I'm going to hop back on the camera real quick. One of the things that, all right, here we go. Oh, now my face is all crazy. It's on this side of the screen. Hold on. um, there we go. There we go. So, one of the things that I promised myself that I wouldn't do coming into 2020, coming into this new decade, blah, 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 was that I would not add any new projects to my plate after the first quarter. Second quarter is all about implementation. First quarter was building that foundation. Second quarter is all about testing, trying out, seeing what works. A lot of failures in public, which this Taurus here doesn't like to do per se. But if you don't fail, you don't necessarily know how well you can succeed. So I've not been drinking that much wine, by the way. As you can see, my glass is still kind of full. And if you are thinking about sending wine to the Madam Green Grow headquarters to enjoy with our cannabis, is we love big, well, not we don't love big sipper, but cabs. Cabs are the way. I know we're about to get into summertime, so things get a little bit light. But there was something I wanted to show you over here. Oh, as we're wrapping this up here, because as you can see, we've hit the 45-minute mark, and I typically like to wrap these up about 45 to an hour in, especially because it's just a live stream and you can always go back, see what we've done, see what we didn't do. But to end planner talk, don't you fall, don't you fall. I've got everything just kind of stacked. This is what my 2020 planner looks like. I just got this from Office Depot. I'm a sucker for a good Post-it. Y'all hear me? Post-its are everywhere. But this planner I really, really like. I got this from Office Depot. It's got my vision board my digital vision board that I created that I still need to do a hard copy for this year. It fell in the tub the other night, y'all. So it's still holding on, but the pages are kind of, as a person who loves planners, y'all know I'm like, I can't. But, and it kind of bled through some of my pages. But I love this planner. This is what the month view looks like. There we go. And then the week view. Oh, it's letting you know it's time to reorder. But the week view looks like this. And what I actually like about this week view is that you got your top 3, very similar to my top 3 here, right at the top. You got plenty of writing space. Sometimes I'll use a ruler and kind of block it out a little bit, or I'll use stickers or things like that. But at the bottom, it's got what do you need to do right now. You can keep track. You can keep track of your water. You can keep track of task or whatever. And then on the second half of the week is the bottom. It has your looking ahead and your wins for the week. So it's a really good way to kind of track what you need to do. It's still very, rudimentary. I see what happens when I try to use big words. I don't use them right, but um, it gets a little bit old. So I'm sure that there's something that will be coming down the pipeline soon that will satisfy all of my needs when it comes to planners, as far as weekly, monthly calendars, habit tracking, notes, all those things. I can't wait. But you can see my web page. But this is what the goal planning page looks like in this one versus the other one. So what they want you to do is kind of keep monitor of these goals here, and then you just kind of track them in your on your monthly here. Oh, Can Atlantic Philly canceled by Corona. Gosh, can you? How many events have been canceled because of the coronavirus? But anyway, that is it. That is the Madam Green Grow plan with me, plan with us, plan with MGG. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you got this far in the video, we're 47 minutes in. You a true fan. You a true OG. Thank you for working with this format. The all the good and the bad and everything in between. If you are cool with us, go ahead and follow us on. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, not in the camera here. Excuse me. If you are a fan of Madam Green Girl, be sure to follow us. And if you are not a fan of Madam Green Girl, be sure to follow us. Follow us everywhere on the internets. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook is Women of Color Grow. Everywhere else is Madam Green Grow. We got our website, madamgreengrow.com. We just finished up our 31 days of Women of Color in Cannabis. Shout out to the 32 women, 33 women that we featured this year. All great, do great work. The 32, 33 individuals that we featured this year. Thank you for the submissions. Thank you for the love. Thank you for using the Women of Color in Cannabis hashtag. We see you. We represent you. We will promote you. We are you. So thank you so much. We'll see you on Friday for MGG TV Live at 8. That should be on the channel. That'll also be live streamed. If not, it'll be a pre-recorded video already posted for y'all. Corona's just taking us out. But if I have a suggestion for you this week, if you wanted to buy something, get yourself a weighted blanket. It'll change your life. I promise you. And on that, I'll see you next week or Friday.